Hello and welcome to The Big Fight. The question of the death penalty is once again squarely on center stage. This after recent events in Tamil Nadu and a question being asked 11 years after a mercy petition was first put up and then it gets rejected. Are the people essentially being punished twice? And of course, the lingering questions that have been asked for a long time about some others, Afzal Guru, what should happen in his case? A lot of demands that he should be hanged. What is happening to Kasab? And at what point is he going to get any further punishment? And then, of course, is death penalty itself good or bad? Those are some of the questions that we're going to be discussing on this special episode of The Big Fight. I want to start off by welcoming onto the program Mr. Doraiswamy, senior advocate who has represented Nalini and many others in this case. Thank you so much, Mr. Doraiswamy, for being with us. We're also being joined by Mr. T.K. Selangovan, who's a spokesperson of the DMK, the Tamil Nadu Assembly, of course, passing that unanimous resolution asking that there should be mercy granted in the case of these three people. Subramaniam Swamy, president of the Janata Party, a former law minister who doesn't agree with that viewpoint at all, and we'll be hearing from him why. S.A.R. Gilani, it's great to have you with us in the studio. You are, of course, have been linked in some way to the other case where Afzal Guru now and his death sentence is becoming a major talking point. It's wonderful to have you with us. Divya Saraskar, who is the daughter of Vijay Saraskar, of course, one of the heroes and the martyrs of 26/11. It's great to have you with us to also ask you for your views on Ajmal Kasab. Your mother is also with us, ma'am. Thank you so much for being with us. Smita Vijay Saraskar sitting with us here as a special guest in our audience. Bhisham Mansukani, who is a survivor of the 26/11 attacks and doesn't think that a death penalty is the right punishment, but for a different sort of a reason for the people who are involved in that. And Sudhakar Suratkar, former IPS officer, someone who's also a close friend of Hemant Karkare. It's wonderful to have you with us as well. Can I just first start off by taking a look at the situation in Tamil Nadu now, where it was an unusual situation that a mercy petition lingered with the President of India for 11 years and 4 months and then was rejected. To your mind, is that the major argument, Mr. Doraiswamy, which is being made right now, that these people have spent 20 years in prison, now if they're hanged, it's a double punishment?
Not only that, they are in jail for 20 years. And their involvement in the case is, even according to the CBI, they do not have any direct involvement. These three persons were very young at the time of arrest. They were only 20 years and 19 years. Only considering all these things, they have already spent more than 20 years in the jail. The people of Tamil Nadu wanted that the mercy petition may be considered favorably.
Subramaniam Swamy, first of all, do you agree that that's what the people of Tamil Nadu want?
Certainly not. The question you see here is...
If you're saying certainly not, how come that the Tamil Nadu Assembly passed it as a unanimous resolution, including people people who were earlier saying that they should be punished and should be punished fast? Now suddenly there's a resolution.
Tamil Nadu Assembly historically has done many stupid things. This is one of the stupid things that it has done. I don't think that reflects on the people. If there can be other ways of determining that. I'm not on that issue. The issue is that if your nation is to be run on laws, then the laws have to be interpreted by the Supreme Court. In 1989, there was a constitutional bench which went comprehensively into this question. Whether a delay can be a basis for not changing the judgment, because you can't change a judgment passed by the Supreme Court, but not execute it, make it unexecutable. Whether that can be an argument. And they came to the conclusion, reversing an earlier judgment which said 2 years should be the maximum for mercy petitions to be decided. Otherwise, it should be an automatic change. They came to the conclusion that it can be only one of the many considerations in deciding this matter. And in that context, they said, if the crime is a premeditated, cold-blooded murder, then there is no question of any mercy being given.
I saw you nodding your head while he was speaking. Does that mean you agree with what he says, that that's what the law says?
Yes, the law is, till 1999, if the mercy petition was not considered within a period of 2 years, automatically the sentence will be commuted. The Supreme Court said that will be also taken into consideration. That does not mean that should not be taken into consideration.
So you're saying that maybe what the law says, but you still feel that there should be mercy that should be shown in this debate. Mr. Langoma, let me just ask you, the entire Tamil Nadu Assembly, with the exception of the Congress Party, getting together and saying that mercy should be given. On what basis is this being argued? That they should be treated in a...
The first thing, as Mr. Durasamy was telling, it was 20 years since the people were arrested and they are in prison. Normally, a life imprisonment is just for 14 years, and they have crossed beyond that period. Secondly, these people are not directly connected with the people who had schemed. They can be let on mercy.
Okay.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. NDTV.com/apps.